That's my dad's favorite.
Oh. Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show, where I am going to struggle to gain control of my show today.
You're good.
Zero control.
We have our usual Tuesday guest, which I am going to introduce in just a second. But I came down late. My guests were all ready to go. They're fired up. They've got tons of stories for you. Some of them left over from the morning show.
Oh, my.
So
Yes.
let me welcome Amanda, our producer, who's here all the time.
Hey, I'm here.
Who has done nothing but encourage Pete Melfi 2.0.
Yeah.
This is Pete Melfi all grown up right here. Pete Melfi all grown up. I've been watching the morning show with Pete and Troy, and I can't believe how tall he got over the weekend.
Isn't that great? It's
and
like
good looking. The hair, too. Most people, it takes years to go through that hair club for men thing, but you did it in record time.
You guys missed, Troy and I had a dance break today in the morning show. We had moves and everything. We have to cut that out. Yeah.
Awesome. Troy's first TikTok.
Troy's first tick. Isn't that sweet? Just breaking the ceiling there.
Troy is...
Was he very demure?
Yeah. I hope he does to the Chinese government what he's done to the American government. That's all I can hope for is the same amount of chaos be introduced into the Chinese government.
There's not enough lube.
There's not. You got to breathe into it.
All right. We're going to make some money.
Let's do it.
So we can keep this show on and I can keep paying Davey.
Many blessings.
Yes, because we love Davey. All right. Powell Heating and Air Conditioning. They've been serving St. Johns County for over 40 years. They're an amazing company. They have a fleet of over 10 trucks and a 15,000 square foot warehouse stocked with parts and equipment. And they are dedicated to serving you around the clock. And when I say around the clock, I mean around the clock. They're open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, including nights, weekends, and holidays. And the best thing is they're locally owned. They're great folks. They've been here a long time. Give Powell Heating and Air Conditioning a call, 904-794-2665. This is Florida. We have two seasons, cold and very hot. And so you need them for either one of those. They service all major brands of AC equipment.
Nice.
Absolutely. And opening their doors in 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has proudly stood by their customers through hurricanes, major floods, hail, and fires. Through these events, the agency has become a much-needed insurance resource in times of trouble and hardship. Honesty and integrity are the pillars of our core values, says owner Ashley Casey. They pride themselves on being insurance experts while developing strategies that help their clients meet their insurance needs. They truly enjoy the relationships that they have forged with you, St. Augustine. For all your insurance needs, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency.
And St. Augustine and music lovers everywhere, get ready to strum, hum, and have tons of fun with the Grammy Award-winning Los Angeles Guitar Quartet. What is he talking about? I'm talking about Emma Concerts, of course.
Baby.
I know. I'm so excited for them. Since 1980, John Dearman and William Kessinger and Doug Laura and Matthew Grief have been dazzling audiences with their incredible talent, turning string guitars into a symphony of sounds that mimic a variety of instruments and effects. I love this. Whether you're a classical music aficionado or just a good guitar riff out there, this quartet is sure to blow you away. Mark your calendars, Sunday, September 15th, 2 o'clock p.m., Lewis Auditorium. Adults are $30. Students and children are only $5. The perks, of course, reserve your seats in advance and enjoy free parking at St. Johns County Council on Aging, plus a complimentary shuttle to and from the venue. There's also going to be a wine and cheese moment afterwards. Grab your tickets now. Go to emmaconcerts.com.
Oh, that's amazing. I started late syncing my phone up.
You did great.
And I was like, Davey's got this.
Oh, yeah.
Davey's got this.
Not big deal.
Moultrie Creek Diner and Anastasia Diner. These neighborhood diners are more than just a place to eat. They are where hospitality blooms and friends gather. Bring your own friends or make new ones. The coffee is always hot. The smiles are genuine and the food tastes like home. Every meal is a chance to make memories, share stories, and create bonds that last a lifetime. It's not just about the food on the plate, but the community that comes together at the table. Come see us at Moultrie Creek Diner or Anastasia Diner and tell them Andy sent you. And I met someone today at a workspace, and they said, I hadn't seen you at the diner in a while. And we talked about what time they go and what time I go. And they said, you know, I go to that diner so much I can't even sit down. The wait staff is so amazing.
I love it.
Do you want this and this? They know exactly what the drinks are. They know what everything is. Where do you get service like that today? You just don't.
Nowhere.
Honestly,
Yes, they're
the heart
awesome.
of Andy Walton is incredible. Like he's working with the Jimmy Jam right now. So like for every 5 slabs of ribs that are purchased, you can get a free breakfast over there at the diners. I think that's amazing.
Absolutely.
He's a huge heart, this human being.
He is absolutely awesome. Before I erase this beautiful note from Michelle Vegan,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
want to thank her for the beautiful note. Have a great show. Never seen that note from Troy ever.
Ever,
I just
right?
want you to know, usually there's you owe me lunch, which I do owe him lunch because the Reds swept the Braves in a 1-game series.
Oh, boomer.
Have you done this before?
Never. 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 I blame Michelle Vegan. That's who I blame. Her beauty distracted my mute button.
Turned her on.
I love her. She's great. She co-hosted the afternoon show, the greatest show that's on this network
It
today.
is the greatest show on this network. I
We
will
had
say that. Yes.
Limelight Theater in talking about Bright Star with the world famous Jeff Dodd today. That
Jeff
was
Dodd.
pretty amazing, dude.
What's Jeff Dodd up to these days?
Jeff Dodd is enjoying retirement.
Okay.
And he's working with Limelight for the first time because he never had the opportunity because he was always doing like the student stuff, wearing many hats over at St. Augustine High
Directing
School.
or acting?
He's directing. He's directing Bright Star,
Okay.
and this is his keynote show because this is the last show he directed over at St. Augustine High School. 60 kids were a part of this production, and now they're bringing it over to Limelight, which is going to be professional. It's going to be beautiful. I'm so pumped
Is
for
this
them.
the newspaper one?
This is the lady who got pregnant with the mayor's son, and then they had like this whole turmoil of
She got
love.
pregnant by the mayor's son
Yes.
or with the mayor's son?
No, by the mayor's son. Yeah, he
Was the
he rolled
mayor's
over.
son first name Hunter?
Oh, did he have a laptop? Ding, ding, ding.
He had a
But
lot
honestly,
of something.
A great show, very inspiring. Love is not dead. It's really, really special story. And yeah, Sherry came on the show too and shared about her being she was adopted. Did you know this? Director of Limelight Theater. She's an amazing lady. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's opening September 17th and goes through October. Bright Star. Everybody go run and walk. If you haven't seen a Jeff Dodd
Did our
experience.
South Carolina actress from Greenville make this one too?
No, but wasn't she so dynamic?
really
oh,
a
I
fun interview.
loved our
Fantastic.
time with her. Yeah.
Yes.
I got to reach out to her. She was very special.
Yeah, she was a really nice person,
Yeah.
and as was the Limelight director.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
always
she's just really,
fantastic.
they're just wonderful, and that it's such a resource in our community,
Yes.
right? For a little community like ours to have had the Limelight for so many years and have so many great productions,
Right.
And just I think it's fantastic.
So what's the tradition, Mr. Davis, in town? What does everybody do if you're going to see a show at Limelight? What do you do first?
I go see Lorna.
Yes,
I
that's
go
the
see Lorna
Rain Tree.
McDonald at
Yes.
the Rain Tree restaurant,
Get the
and
pork
I go
chops.
stop in a bar and I get a drink, and sometimes I go back afterwards and have another drink.
I love it. I love
They're
Lorna so much.
awesome.
And shout out to the Rain Tree because they donated a house for that affordable housing project over there off of Volusia Woods, I believe it's called. And yeah, there's a big sign because that's my neighborhood, and there's a big sign that says this house was donated from Rain Tree Restaurant. How cool is that?
That's amazing, amazing restaurant. We've gone there for forever.
Yes.
When I was a kid, Lorna, don't get mad at me. We went there for homecoming. We went there for
Yeah.
proms. Right, that was the place to go. It was one of the few restaurants in town that was high class enough that you could take a date
So
and not
fun.
get in trouble. Right. I
Right.
did have friends that one time took it was senior prom. They wanted to take their dates for roller food.
Oh.
They wanted to take them to the Little Champ or the Jiffy to get food.
Really?
Oh, it was a huge fight the week before of whether or not they were going to actually take them to a restaurant. And the girls were like, if you take us to roller food, we're going home.
Right.
We're not
Yeah.
going, and it was like their senior prom too. It was the rest of us that weren't involved in it just enjoyed the drama.
Yeah.
Right. It was like watching an
Watch
episode
what
of
happens.
Housewives long before Housewives was on, but it was really,
So our senior prom, this is up in Philly, we would have to go to the melting pot. That was the cool kid spot
Okay.
because it was the fondue where you could
Yeah.
dip it. It was kind of fancy pants. What was yours?
We ended up going to it was a local restaurant in Destin, but my date was older.
yeah,
course.
we know
So
that.
shocker.
I mean, every story that starts with a date.
Shocker.
My date was on Social
Yeah,
Security.
yes, I
every
love it.
story.
Yes, Anna
was
Nicole, just kidding.
26,
I love
and
her.
he ordered
She
a
had the figure.
cocktail.
She had it.
I
She
love-
was in the swimsuit
Oh, yeah,
all the
I'm not
time.
talking.
Yeah.
I love Anna Nicole.
Tucking. Can't get in a word edgewise.
Oh. Go ahead. There's your pause.
He ordered a drink, and that's when he realized he didn't have his wallet. Lovely, classy. Still love him. Still friends with him today.
Did you ever Venmo? Well, you didn't have Venmo back
There
then,
wasn't
but maybe you
Venmo.
should Venmo request him now.
So it was a double date with another couple, and the date there, we all worked at the same restaurant, and it was the kitchen guys and the hostesses. We all went to prom together.
What restaurant was this?
And so I don't even remember the name. So it was local place in Destin. Destin's turnover is so high it doesn't even exist anymore.
Okay.
So I think Olive was in the name, but it was, it was there for like 2 years.
Not Garden.
No, not Olive Garden. Although my first ever Valentine's date, he took me to Hardee's for food.
Hardee's?
Yes. So it was very classy.
I don't know if I've ever. No, maybe I did.
That's nothing wrong with that. I have a 35-year relationship built on Burger King.
Really?
Yeah.
Darcy and I were friends. We were kind of figuring out if we were going to go out together. We said, hey, let's go get something to eat. It was Daytona Beach during spring break.
Oof.
And I said, Burger King's across the street.
I don't know what's
Let's go
worse,
get
Daytona
something.
Beach or Burger King.
Burger King. You might as well.
That's where the weekend was. That's where we were at.
Was that like Jiffy Feet? You just show up barefoot and just go to the Burger King?
No, some of the people were dressed and fully clothed, and some were not. I mean, MTV was coming to town in a few years. So,
No, it was a party.
Remember those days?
so Darcy had been to the Melting Pot because she was in Doylestown.
Oh,
She lived up there in Doylestown for a while as a kid. So I would hear about the Melting Pot. So apparently it is actually real.
Yep.
I have confirmation that it was a real thing.
It is a real thing.
But the Rain Tree, my son Matthew got engaged Friday night and then picked the Rain Tree to go for dinner with his fiance, Peyton. And I said, why'd you go to the Rain Tree? And he said, that's because his grandparents, my mom and dad, had their 50th anniversary party there.
Smart.
And he said,
Observant.
I felt like that was a great place to go because of the 50th anniversary. And they're sitting there, and there's an older woman in the same room. And the waitstaff says, is this your first time being in the restaurant? She says, well, it is, but it's not my first time being in this house. I grew up in this house, and I used to sit right here in this room and watch the fire in that fireplace.
That's so sweet.
Really?
I was like, that is just a really...
What a
just cool
story.
moment. Just a cool moment of, I came back to see what's going on in my house.
Hey, speaking of cool moments, we have a big shout out tonight. We got to give a big happy anniversary to Bobby. 47 years of marriage. That's incredible with Kay. So happy anniversary. You love
anniversary,
birds.
Bobby and Kay.
Happy anniversary.
So Bobby,
and Kay.
if you can put in comments, what's the secret to a long-lasting relationship?
And the first place you took her for dinner.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Apparently that's the theme tonight. So
I like it.
You've been doing triple duty.
Yeah, dude.
Had I known you were triple dutying, I would have scheduled you on Monday and Wednesday just to see if you could do it.
You want to see me melt down.
But I would have definitely overscheduled you just to see.
Y'all just want to see me melt down. That's all. Yes, I did have a small meltdown on the morning show about the Honda vehicles out there. So, Bobby,
don't start that, dude.
don't get me started with Honda.
No, you did it.
Hondas.
Go ahead, Amanda. Let it out. Vent.
Do it.
My van sucks, and it's all because of Honda.
Yes, ma'am.
Cog and Honda.
Get
I
it.
hate him. They sold me. I forgot to mention this yesterday. They sold me a vehicle that had a paint job that was under recall, and they didn't disclose it. And there was only 6 weeks to register to get your paint fixed. So I didn't find out about that until 2 years later when I was like, the paint is falling off of my van.
Wow.
And I've started communication with Cog and Honda, and I was told to pound sand.
Wow.
I don't like Cog and Honda. They suck.
Not good, but
No.
we should fix that.
Yeah,
for
and
you.
I thought
That's
she had said it
terrible.
all yesterday.
Yeah?
But as a woman, there's
Yeah.
always a little bit more to
Of
say
course.
when you're mad. There's always a little bit more to say when you're mad.
I say that on the bike. I love it when a song leaves and then all of a sudden it comes back for a little bit more. It's like mom got mad and came back right back to the room. So Honda, you're fired.
Can't stand you.
So how are you finding the time to get all the content for, this show, we're winging it. But I know you don't
We're
wing your
totally
shows.
professional.
Totally
We're
professional.
winging it, folks. This is a phenomenal show that we are winging.
I come to this show to relax, to be honest with you. Yes. Nobody knows, but the steam that comes out of my ears during the other two shows is a lot. There's a lot going on. No, it's good. We have a great team. Honestly, we all work really hard, and it's awesome to see it all of us pull it together every single day, which is really, truly, it's all about consistency. You got to stay on it every day.
Is anybody else bringing stories?
Yeah.
Liar.
That was the most tense yes I've ever
gosh.
My voice got a little. I was going through puberty again.
Were there?
Yeah.
Somewhere somebody in the FBI is watching this when that guy just lied. We can break him in 30 seconds or less.
Speaking of FBI, I do have some breaking news for you.
But let me help you help yourself.
Okay.
So in a pinch, if you look over and the guy next to you has this big beard and a hat on, right? And he's just kind of scrolling through the comments, talking to his friends.
Right.
These two questions.
Okay.
Right? Troy, have you ever seen a supernova?
Oh.
Now, he's not going to tell you he's seen one because no one has, but he's going to tell you about some event that he saw.
Yeah.
And you got 5 minutes.
That's great.
I do. You can go get a drink from the fridge.
Yeah.
Eat some leftover sandwiches that Pete has in the green room. All of that stuff. Come back.
That are green. Yeah.
Now, if you really want to get a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Troy, have you ever dated a supermodel?
Oh, he can't answer that nowadays.
Oh, he will because he's a guy. And I'm just telling you, he's going to tell you stories. And he'll just keep going. You don't have to interrupt him. You just let him go.
Well, talking to Troy for almost 4 years now, I know to have a list of these open-ended questions ready for him, and they need to somehow tie himself back into the topic so that he can really, pull it through. Yeah.
Troy, have you ever talked to Pete Rose?
Oh,
that's a great story. He'll talk for a
or Johnny Bench. That's his favorite.
Johnny Bench. Yeah. The Johnny Bench story. So, yes. So, Davey, that's me helping you help yourself.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
There were days I'd show up to the radio show completely dead tired. And I'm like, I just got to ask Troy about himself.
Yeah. And it works.
Yes.
It works every time.
It does.
Hey, I guys got a text from Chief Michaud, and I'll make this exclusive on the show. It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of this moment. The special response team, which is sort of like their SWAT team over there, have requested to do a private spin class with me. Is coming up on September 18th at Funky Town. I'm really super pumped.
That's awesome.
I am so excited that usually I'll get 2 or I'll get 3, on an occasional class, but the whole team is coming to this. So I'm really super excited. I think it's going to be really special. They're very nervous, and I told them not to be nervous. It's all about freedom, and the playlist is going to be like dad rock. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
You better behave yourself, or they'll cuff you to your bike and leave.
I hope so. For their sake, cuff me, baby. I love it. No, I'm really excited. And Chief Michelle, who obviously is an avid spinner in my team, and she's like, they asked what I wanted to do, and she goes, this is what I love to do. So this is such an honor, you guys, to be able to do this with these extraordinary people. Thank you very much. I'm very excited.
That's awesome.
It's going to be an awesome
class. It's going to be a great class.
And I brought this in today.
Yeah, what's this about?
It's proof of life. This is the fin that I fell on my board the other day.
So you did get it back.
I did get it back last night. So that is epoxied into the surfboard.
Yeah.
And I fell on it. Apparently I cracked the fin box, which is what you're holding. That's the entire fin box came out of the surfboard later on in my surf session. And I was surfing at the pier.
Tab A, slot B.
So I'm at the pier surfing, and a little Grom, a young kid surfer who was in Christian Surfers, found that at A Street floating in the water.
Look at that.
Put it out on the Christian Surfer network, and I was able to get my fin and my fin box back. So thank you, Grom, from Christian
awesome.
Surfers. So, yes.
So you never judge a surfer by the size of their fin. Just saying.
Motion in the ocean? Is
right,
that what we're
maybe, yeah.
So you can have medium fins or large fins.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I want you to know these are large fins. I just want you to know.
What? What's a medium? Half of this?
It's not quite half.
I've seen bigger fins. No?
Those are for longboards, Davey.
Oh, my dad had one, 13-footer.
Yes.
I am not in the wheel on that one, though. My sister got that one. Dang it.
Those are for longboards.
I said she could have it.
But no, I was happy to get the fin back.
Do you ever do longboard?
Yeah.
It's fun.
I'm one of the few guys in my circle that when the waves get small during the summer, I'll break out a couple of longer boards.
Yeah,
and they're like, how can you ride that? I'm like, it's really easy because you can't ride a short board on the waves that we're in today, but I can ride a longboard. So.
Yeah. Is it like driving a Cadillac? It just drives a little heavier?
It's like riding an aircraft carrier. You start paddling it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I should have started paddling last week to get into this wave. And then you finally get in the wave, and you're like, well, I know I'm going to stop sometime.
Yeah.
Once it starts rolling, it just keeps rolling. So,
but you're just in it for the surf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just like to stand up and glide at that point because you're not going to be able to do any maneuvers on a wave that's small. And you're like, I just want to stand up and glide. I just don't want to get up and then you have to paddle back out and then get up and paddle back. So it's a lot of fun.
So we have
Mike
Bobby's
without
answer.
surfing is dangerous.
What'd you say?
So Mike without surfing is dangerous.
What about body surfing? You don't ever do that? I'm amazing at that. I can really body surf. I'm good at that. I love it. I love it. It's so fun.
When's the last time you went on St. Augustine Beach and body surfed?
Long time ago. I refuse to go in the ocean. I'm too scared now. I did all that ocean swimming growing up. I've done some incredible long 15-mile races.
In the water in Fiji.
Yeah, that was fun. But I really stopped after I just stopped.
No more water at all, or just wild water?
Wild water. A pool is great.
Yeah.
But there's just some stuff that goes on, right? I mean, how do you overcome that fear of sharks or man-o-war jellyfish, or I don't know what else is down there.
Well, man-o-war jellyfish, not so bad. Sharks, I've always been deathly afraid of.
Yeah.
But I just really enjoy surfing. So I go, okay, I got to put that fear aside so I can go surfing. I did have something hit my calf in the water on Saturday.
Do you move real quick?
No, I just kind of was like, well, my calf is still here. Nothing bit me. So, okay, I'm good to go.
Time to go.
I just paddled away and then kept surfing because the waves were really good. So I wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, when there's a lot of bait fish this time of year, you really got to kind of pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a guy. I've got a lot of friends that are like, hey, we're going to be in the water 15 minutes before sunrise. I'm like, nope, not me.
Not you.
That is a feeding time and a zone for animals that are bigger and stronger than me. So I'm going to let them get out of that. Mm-hmm. About 30 minutes after sunrise, I'll get in the water. But
you're a sun up guy?
And sunset, I want to be out of the water before the sunset hits before the sun hits the water.
What about my American hero, Mark Bailey? When does he go?
Whenever he wants.
Oh.
Mark Bailey's.
He owns the ocean.
He has the insurance for it.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true, Amanda. That is good.
Sharks get out of his way.
I love that, dude.
No, it's they're out there. You got to be aware they're out there. I've had several close encounters, but it's just so much fun. And
you got bit by a shark.
I did get bit by a little small shark. Yes, it's about that big, Davey.
You don't have to tell that part of the story.
Okay. No, I tell everybody. I said the chances of getting bit again are pretty slim. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I've seen big sharks out there.
Mm-hmm. I've seen big fins.
So my question to you is, as somebody who swam in the ocean, both of you.
I know.
Yeah.
So my daughter learned how to surf, even though she grew up here in Australia, in crystal clear water.
Mm.
We have murky water here.
Mm-hmm.
It's rarely clear here. So she gets freaked out when she has to surf in murky water.
I hate murky water. I'd rather be in crystal clear water.
See, I have a harder time because I'm afraid when I look down in crystal clear water, I'm going to see something I don't want to see. But I don't have to see if it's murky. I'm just like, well, I just wasn't there. I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a level of denial that I cannot wrap my head around.
Right.
I want to see it because I want to know how I want to know what I need to respond to. Mm-hmm. If it's coming, it's coming. I want a chance to say a prayer. I don't want it to sneak up on me in murky water.
You didn't have a chance to pray for the last time.
No.
So Bobby answered us.
Yep.
The secret is twofold to keeping a long relationship. One is we don't
have large fins.
Yes, is to have large fins in motion in the ocean.
I have worked with dolphins. That is not a large fin.
That is not a large fin. He said the secret is twofold. One is we don't like change. And the second is separate televisions. Mm-hmm. True or false?
There are times when Darcy and I will. I guess you have parallel play with kids. Like they're in a room, but they're playing with different things and they're interacting. So there's she's like, I'm going to go watch. I'm not a Housewives person. There's several of those and some other reality TV, The Crown, stuff like that. She loves all that. I'm like, I'll just rewatch an episode of Yellowstone and I'll be good. So there's times it's like, okay, both of us have a series on.
Yeah.
But we don't watch a lot of TV anymore. We watch very little TV. Tulsa King, though, is coming on this Sunday, and I am excited.
And Landman.
Oh.
Landman is not until November 17th.
We have time.
Have you seen Tulsa King?
No.
Davey!
Oh.
Are you excited for Tulsa King or Landman?
Apparently I need to be.
So Tulsa King is Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, Sly.
And he gets put in jail. He takes the rap for a guy 20 years ago, 30 years ago. He spends 20, 30 years in jail. They get him out. He thinks the mob is going to owe him a favor. The mob is mad at him, so they send him to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, here we go.
So now he's out on his own in Tulsa, Oklahoma, trying to build a mob kind of network cell, right? And he is a 1970s, 80s guy who got put away, who now has been brought back into the world today.
It's very
with
different.
Computers and cell phones and, oh man, you can't talk to me that way, right? All of this kind of stuff.
Right.
It's a great show.
Okay, I check.
You will not figure out the end of season 1. It's an ending you go, oh my gosh, that I didn't see that coming. And then season 2 starts this Sunday. So I'm going to have to watch a little bit of the end of season 1, but I'm telling you, it's a great show. Perfect for Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
Now, Landman, which we talked about yesterday, Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, John Hamm.
Demi's looking great nowadays. Did you see her?
So
Girl.
she looks great in still photos. I'm curious how it's going to end up being acting. Because, there's a certain amount of Botox that you look fantastic in still photos, but then there's a level of the uncanny valley when you start talking and interacting and trying to emote, but your face doesn't move. So the last time I heard her having conversation and laughing and everything from here down.
She was in American Horror Story. Was the last thing she was in. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how she emotes in a drama.
I feel the same way about Matthew McConaughey. I just want you to know that.
Oh,
I don't
please.
care.
Just kidding.
Matthew McConaughey never came back from that one movie. He lost all the weight. I don't know.
Oh, what was that? Yeah.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, that's right.
He's never been normal looking again after that.
Yeah.
He's still remained gaunt and that he's not as sexy
I couldn't work
anymore.
with him. He doesn't wear deodorant. I can't work with him. I couldn't. Too smelly. Him and Kate Hudson, they were like, we don't wear deodorant. That's why they were great in The Perfect Couple or whatever. No, what was it called?
No, Fool's Gold.
Was it Fool's Gold?
They were in Fool's Gold, but they were also in How to Lose a Guy in 10
That's
Days.
the one I'm
How do you
thinking
know that, Mike
of.
Davis?
I know a lot of stuff.
I'm proud of you for knowing that,
I know
yeah.
a lot of useless
It's
stuff.
called Inane Facts.
Yes. I know
Oh,
a lot of useless stuff.
wait. I'm putting it together. Kate Hudson, skinny, quirky, funny blonde. You're married to Darcy, who is a skinny, quirky, very sweet blonde. Beautiful. Beautiful lady. I'm getting
Beautiful
it. He's
lady.
got a type. He's
I
got
don't
a
say
type.
this. Many people say this. Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Darcy invited my daughter out for coffee. I'm jealous.
Oh, that's
Well,
amazing.
actually, your daughter sent Darcy a text first to start
did.
it, and Darcy was very touched and said, I'm going to coffee with you.
Where
I
are they
found
going to go?
I'm not sure where they're going, but I found out after the fact that she and I both sent her I miss you text.
Oh, wow.
24 hours apart. So clearly we are big fans of your wife.
Oh, that's
And we
fun.
both miss her. My daughter has a slightly more open schedule, so she was able to arrange a date before I did.
Well,
I see Susan Johnson has requested more cookies. She only had
did she
yeah?
really?
She only had 3 or something. and it was
Susan, we
yeah.
will work on that this weekend.
Yeah.
You need to let me know
Only
what
3
days
survive?
you're going to the diner. Well, Darcy makes a special batch of cookies now with real butter.
Yeah.
And there's no
Wait,
Crisco
her
or any of
regular
that stuff.
cookies are no butter or not real butter? What is happening? Are we
margarine?
getting secrets?
Real butter. Yeah,
Are we getting
so-
secrets?
So there's a whole recipe with it. But anyway, it's not a big batch of cookies anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you make the Toll House cookies, you get
Yeah, right.
These got-
24,
these are
32.
like micro batches, and they're really, really good. And I will tell you that some of them barely make it out of the oven because they're hot and they're amazing with,
Gooey.
with some chocolate milk.
I heard
So-
there's butter from California that has marijuana inside of it. So you got to be careful. That's how you get the munchies.
No, you don't have to be careful. You just have to stay out of Troy's house.
That's true. If there's green flakes in it, don't eat it.
Have you heard about the marijuana? Or no, it's the marijuana infused wine.
No.
Yeah, it's got THC in the wine.
Why? Don't
Yeah.
ruin wine. Wine is fine the way it is. Irving Cass does not sell this. I'm telling everybody now. He doesn't waste his time on that.
I bet he would.
No, he wouldn't.
I bet he
I
would.
love Irving. He was a class act, and he's actually on tour right now getting some wine, a new suite for Bin 39, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I trust him completely.
There was THC infused beer at Mellow before my husband left.
I could see
So
beer
that's
because the yeast and it could
2019.
kind of, I could see how maybe that goes
Mask it?
together. I don't know.
Andy's comment is 3 is a lot better than what she got last time.
Oh,
So
really?
Susan Johnson
True.
got 0.
Oh, okay.
So 3 is a marked improvement from 0.
That's good.
And I have to say, when I walked in to drop them off, Andy and staff were the place was jam packed. They
Yeah.
were doing an amazing job, but they're like, this is the 1 second we don't want to see cookies. We just want to get everybody, we want all this food out and win everybody happy. And they were working their tail off.
Yes.
Then they're like, oh, yes, we saw cookies. Thank you very much.
What do you order at the diner? Like, what's your go-to?
I'm a big Western omelet. No
Okay.
mushrooms.
No mushrooms.
Now,
No mush.
The staff looks at me when I walk in and they go, you want extra mushrooms on everything, right? I mean, they love giving me a hard time about that. But I'm not a mushroom guy. But Western omelet and then either hash browns or home fries,
Yeah.
bacon,
Mm-hmm.
biscuit.
So
I'm
your
good.
bacon, that's going to be your breakfast meat. That's your choice.
I love
Mhm.
bacon.
Bacon.
What is your diner choice? What would you do at a diner?
I like eggs over medium
Mm-hmm.
with lots of bacon.
Yeah.
Lots of bacon.
Do you guys eat scrapple? You know what that is?
My husband has made it.
God, I love it.
Yeah.
I come from that area.
Do you know goita? Goita, it's a sausage in Ohio.
Ooh.
And so we have an Ohio connection, and so they
Underground
bring my
Sausage
husband's
Railroad.
sausage, and so I always know they've been in town when I check my freezer, but it's like GOEDE something like that. I don't know. He makes.
Oh, we
it.
have to check this out.
Yes.
Wow, if it's
Come to
special,
my house, he'll make it for you.
that's great.
Yes.
Now, if I go at
Come to my
lunchtime,
house for my husband's sausage.
if you go at lunchtime, they will make the Western omelet, but they'll put it in a tortilla.
Oh,
So it's a breakfast burrito. And that's
burrito.
another whole way of like, okay, I'm good with that. And then sometimes like just throw a side
Is that
of
an
fries
omelet
on
on the
with that.
run?
Nice.
Yeah, just throw a side of fries there.
That's fun. I love that.
So now all of it, the food over there is amazing. We sat and looked at a couple of people next to us the other day eat the hamburger over there, which I've not had the hamburger.
Okay.
But after watching the hamburger make it to the table and disappear in like 45 seconds to the people next to me because it was so good, Darcy and I were like, we're ordering hamburgers when we come next time.
It's
So
hard to make a good burger in this, and there's a lot of good choices. So I got to tell you, there's some burgers out there that are just top notch. I mean, I love.
Is there one in particular that you'd like to shout out, Davey?
Of course. I actually, honestly, I'm gonna be truthful.
Yeah.
My favorite in town is Ice Plant's Burger. Have you had this one yet? It is. I'm salivating talking about it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. There's something about it, whether they grind the meat and it's super, super fresh, and then you can only order it on their dinner menu. It's not on their lunch menu, but it's very special. Definitely love that one. Yeah.
I normally get a cocktail and a charcuterie when I'm there.
Oh, that's fun. I love a charcuterie moment.
All right, I have a Taylor Swift story for you.
Okie doke, let's do it.
So I was all ready to drop this on you guys for discussion.
Okay.
And it was the whole, I guess, the rivalry that people were trying to gin up, right? That Taylor Swift had not sat with Brittany Mahomes in the box.
Yeah.
There was rivalry between them, right? So I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on between the two of them, but with as much crap as going on in this country, they ought to just sit next to each other for the good of the country, right? And then I'm doing research on the story because I'm getting ready to drop this on you guys, and then I'm just like, oh, they already did that at the U.S. Open. And they were hugging and loving on each other. And I'm like, I have the utmost. That's what we need in this country. There's so much division and so many people trying to, instead of figure out why the other person thinks the way they're thinking, they just want to attack them.
Yeah, that's not right.
And it's what's wrong with our society and our discourse today. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm really proud of both of them. I don't know who's on. I mean, I know that Taylor leans left and Brittany has said, I support Trump. So what?
Right.
Show everybody in the country how you can still be friends, vote for somebody that is different, and quit making this existential threat where we have to go to war with everybody, mostly in words and a keyboard, which is stupid.
So dumb. Yeah.
And let's figure out how to do it. So I was very proud of both of them for doing that. And the other, I felt really fortunate for Travis and Patrick.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing you want to do is have wives mad at each other and you're best friends.
Bro.
That's like a war.
Yeah.
So I was really happy for those guys too. But as like, great example. I was really happy for both of them.
Was Travis wearing at the U.S.? He looked like a dad going to Epcot. Like literally. Like, what is that? What is that outfit? What is that?
No, it's Sporty Spice.
It's Gucci, but it's just not for him.
Like, it's designer. So, and that was my comment when you sent this to us. Like, it's designers. So you're not allowed to question it. You're not allowed to question how weird it is.
Oh, you can question it, honey. I mean, I definitely have my black belt. I was in Fashion Week, honey. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how he got that. One of Taylor Swift's designers is trying to get famous. So goes to Taylor Swift and says, hey, can you get Travis to wear this and be seen with him? And then my brand will take off. So Taylor goes to him and says, hey, do you mind wearing this to help out a friend? And Travis is like, if it makes you happy, I'll wear it.
Oh, honey, Gucci.
And then he wore that out there. That's what I'm going with.
Gucci's been around since before your time, darling.
Yeah.
Was that Gucci?
Yes.
It's Gucci. Yeah.
So they both have.
Are they a startup?
Let me give you the truth. The truth is they both have different stylists.
Yeah.
And the stylist obviously said you're going to a Gucci party, so you're going to be outfitted in Gucci. But that bucket hat just ruined the whole moment for me. God.
But bucket hats are having a moment.
They're back.
It's like,
Do you not have a bucket hat in your closet?
Never. I pay way too much for this head. No way.
I never get my hair cut. So when I was a teenager, same with you, I'm sure, in your early adulthood, bucket hats were very big. And
Never.
so, no, you were
Sorry.
different part of the world.
Yeah.
In Florida,
True,
they were very big in the late 90s and early 2000s. And so we had bucket hats, which my kids made fun of me about. Pictures of me in a bucket hat like 5 years ago. And then a year ago, my daughter's like, "Ooh, this hat's so cute. Can I have it?" And I was like, "No, I'm not buying that for you because you bullied me for my bucket hat."
So I got a really funny story, you guys. So one of my great friends is Kate Betzel. She helps me co-host occasionally on Storyta, and she was just at that peaceful protest we just did for the parks and making sure the hotels don't come in and whatever. Well, of course, it's the one like news clip that they pick up, and it's her like pumping a sign, and she's in a bucket hat, mom shorts. She looks just like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't Kate pulled together, but literally Good Morning America picks it up. She's, oh my gosh, she's like, I look like a dopey mom. Like you just roll me down a hill in this outfit.
Soccer mom.
I was like, you should have called me. We could have got you in a fedora. Just saying. Anyway, but that's funny. She was just like, I'm mortified.
You just need to let her know that was your few minutes of fame. Yeah. You picked the wrong outfit.
We
honey.
call her the pumper now.
you
She's
picked-
the pumper.
Yeah.
Picked the few wrong
That's the
minutes.
most innocent way that she could have gotten that nickname.
God bless.
Speaking of fashion,
Okay.
do you want to talk about would Troy wear it?
Yes.
Ooh.
We should recap. Do you want to tell him how we did?
Troy
let us
actually
know.
agreed with every outfit that I think you and I
You two just said.
that
Okay.
we said yes or no on. Troy
Okay.
was the same. Amanda kind of lost out a little bit.
I was the holdout on one.
Okay.
Yes. So we showed everyone to Troy on Thursday, and Troy's like, "Oh yeah, I'd wear that." We're like, "Yep, we had you
Oh,
pegged in
okay.
that. I would never wear that." Okay, we had you pegged in that. And then one of them, he's like, "Not only wear it, I'm having.
I want those shoes right
I'm
now."
ordering it right now."
Of course. Typical. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we have some selections today, apparently.
Okay.
Me too.
What do we got?
All right.
What do we
the
got?
first one.
Would Troy wear it? Our new Tuesday offering.
Tuesday offering. We've got this one. It's a shorts suit.
Mm.
The arms are equally short on the blazer. I don't love that.
Mm.
Would Troy wear? I don't think Troy would wear this because this is tailored in a way that would offend him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he wouldn't wear it because it looks too much like a Catholic school uniform.
Yeah.
One and two. Even though the fact that it looks like he has outgrown those things, I just don't think it appeals to him. It's not that. Plus, it's bland.
Yeah.
There's no color in that.
Yeah.
There's nothing that says, "Hey, I'm Troy Blevins.
Right.
I'm here." So I don't see Troy wearing that.
As separates, though, I think he would wear the shorts, not with the suit. I think he'd wear the shorts as a separate, and I think he'd wear those shoes. But I don't think he'd wear the outfit.
Yeah.
He's not wearing the socks.
The stripes are not all going the
socks
same.
Are not,
Oh, the socks are out.
the
Yeah.
socks are out. That is
No.
not Troy
There's
Blevins.
so many
Yeah.
stripes in
Hard
that.
no on that one.
No.
Hard no
There
on
are
that one.
just so many stripes
Yeah.
in that outfit.
Yep.
All right, next one.
Oh. Ho, ho.
He would wear this to the right party.
I think he has that outfit.
Well, it's very low cut.
I think the shirt he would wear at any point if it has an extra button or two.
I don't know about the bell sleeve, but he could roll that up.
There's one
Yeah.
accessory that he truly wants in this.
No,
Not
the-
the pants,
the
not the
ma-
shirt, it's
mustache.
not the sunglasses, it's the hair.
Yeah.
If he could have any part of this outfit, it's the
Yeah,
hair.
that's-
That's
you're
what
right.
he
That's
wants.
a $5 Amazon wig. He can have that.
Yeah, we can get that for him.
He's got Amazon wig money.
He's going to tell you that's itchier than wearing a hat. I'll just wear the hat. But yeah, that's 100% Troy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we've got a couple's outfit.
Oh,
Oh, we like the couple's outfits.
his and hers.
I love that they alternate. And one's in the yellow pants and the pattern pants, and then they alternate on top.
Ketchup and mustard.
Love it. It's so sweet. I
Yeah,
don't think he's wearing
there's
it.
100% he's wearing that.
I
don't think so.
agree. I think
he's
he's
wearing
gonna
that.
wear. I think he's gonna wear this. Yeah, I'm
He
gonna go.
already
Yeah.
has clothes that color.
Yeah.
So it's not like the mustard's going to scare him
His
off.
Marita bread. His Marita
Yeah, his
bread
Marita
outfit.
bread shirt. So
Right.
yeah, he's wearing that.
He just needs those pants, which actually those would be dope on him. I think he could rock that out.
Yes.
They did not cut that pattern properly. You don't want those two flowers where those two flowers are. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
I think it was cut specifically to put the flowers where the flowers are because they're trying to draw attention to the
There's a
outfit.
leaf that's in a wrong spot.
All the
Like,
more reason why
just-
Troy would wear this. Yes.
Yeah,
I say he
100%.
would not.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
which one are we looking at here? Because there's a lot.
Oh my goodness.
That
All right,
is a lot.
Do we think black and white or
All right, let's go the first
color?
one. Let's go the color
Yep,
one.
go the
Okay.
color one.
I mean, this looks very Notre Dame.
Very
so,
stained glass window. Yeah.
Yeah.
no, that's
I'm
too
thinking it's a
traditional
no.
for Troy.
I think
Yeah.
it's too much.
It's,
yeah.
it's too traditional.
You would do it as a separates.
Yeah,
Again, back to the
separates.
original outfit.
Yeah.
There's a blandness to this.
Yeah.
And Troy's outfits have an extravagance.
Yeah,
And
they
so
do.
This doesn't meet the extravagance
I
factor.
could see him wearing that shirt underneath a tux or with a tux for like the Knights of Lights Governor Ball thing.
Something kind of like a
I
pop
could see,
there.
Yeah, like I could see the shirt being as a separate, but not the whole outfit. The whole
Yeah, yeah,
outfit's
Yep.
lame.
Yeah, not good.
All right.
Not
Not
a good.
seeing that one.
Not a
No,
good selection
He's
there.
not buying that one.
No, definitely save the receipt.
All right, save the receipt. Okay, so we did the bottom right, but this was submitted again because the ancient Greece urns on the upper left.
Yeah, that's what caught my
And
eye
Grandma's
on this.
couch.
This was my submission to the group, and I thought that it's that shirt that I really want us to talk about and focus in on. Would
Which
he
shirt?
wear the
All I can
urn
hear-
shirt?
All I can hear is the muses from Hercules. That's all I can hear.
I don't know that he's
Herc
wearing
is on a
that.
roll.
I got him wearing the top left shirt, and I got him wearing the bottom shirt.
I
but
got
he's
him on the
not wearing
bottom.
that top right one.
Yeah. That's a look. I would say yes on this too. Yeah.
The urn shirt, you say yes?
I'd say yes to all three for him. I
Yeah?
think that he would rock all three of these in some
I
way.
don't think he's wearing the urn shirt.
No?
I don't know.
I just don't. I
with
don't-
the with the bowler hat, I could see him doing it.
First of all, that shirt's tucked in. That ain't happening with Troy
No, I
Bowles.
mean the styling we can always.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not
he's not
tucking in.
tucking
He's not a tuck in kind of guy.
Yeah.
No. That's
Oh,
not
that's
gonna
funny.
happen. No.
He's
So-
a tuckless urn shirt.
He's
Okay.
a tuckless.
He's a tuckless urn shirt.
I think we've got one more.
All right, let's go.
Oh, nope, that was the last one.
That was the last one.
Well,
Because we're
good.
back to Brittany and
Oh,
Taylor.
very nice.
It's our hands across
Would
the world
Troy
moment.
wear that?
Yes, he would
Actually,
wear
he
either
would
one.
wear the Travis outfit, the Gucci outfit. I feel like he would wear that. Yes, when he's
I thought
hanging
we
out
were
with his
talking about the
fancy
girls.
friends.
I don't think he wears the hat.
He doesn't wear that hat.
I
A
don't
bucket
think
hat?
Troy will wear. I don't think.
What is he
wears
like
that
on the
hat.
water? I've never been on the water with Troy. Does he wear a bucket hat? Does he
The
wear?
pictures that he posted of his Bahamas, he wasn't wearing a hat
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't,
water.
I don't see the bucket hat. For
Lots
Troy.
of zinc oxide, no hat.
God bless.
I'm
yes.
gonna say the bucket hat is a no go for him. We will find out on Thursday.
Yep,
Hmm.
we'll show him on Thursday. We'll get the final.
We'll get the final countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see it. I'm not enamored.
How's movies going with you guys? Are you guys caught up? Are you watching? What are we doing?
I've seen Top Gun.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to watch the Robin Williams one. The Top Gun one's an easy one to kind of.
Yeah.
Watch What Dreams May Come
I'm gonna watch it.
with an open mind, please.
I've watched all of them with an open mind.
Sure
It's
you
not
have.
my fault that the movies got slammed shut in my brain because I didn't think they were good.
Yeah. Well, you
You
shut
didn't
down.
even give the women a chance
You
because
shut
you
down.
saw 30s black and white
Right.
chicks movie. You
Shut
did not
down.
give that a chance.
I
Yeah.
love 30s black
refuse
and
to watch
white
it.
movies. I just hate people bitching all the time.
There weren't
That's what I
enough
felt like it was.
cowboys and horses for you.
Was there ever a moment with you watching a movie, you went in with your attitude problem, and then you walked out, you're like, you know what? That was, E.T. was pretty good. Like, was there a movie that you were like, you went in like, I don't want to see this. Darcy's making me see this. Ah.
There's been a few, and I'm trying to think of them right now. There's been movies that we've gone to that Darcy's like, I really want to go see this. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go see it with you. And we walk out, and she's like, I'm sorry I took you to that. And I'm like, it's okay. I took you to science fiction movies. We're even, right? We're all good. It'll be fine.
I want to
So-
see the new Beetlejuice movie. That looks good. Do you have any
Yeah.
opinion on that?
I am so torn because I want it to be amazing, and I'm just so afraid it's going to be a lame cash grab. I've heard mixed
I'm hearing,
reviews
oh,
on
you've
it.
heard mixed. I've heard great things on
so
my
I've
end.
heard mixed reviews. I'm hoping that it's good. I never saw Twisters, and I've heard really good things about Twisters.
You can rent that now, I think.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, my daughter saw it.
I guess you guys loved the first one. I didn't like the first Beetlejuice.
I
Oh, I
love
love
the
the
first
first
Beetlejuice. I watched it when I
Beetlejuice.
shouldn't have. I was like in kindergarten
Yeah,
and
I
I
just
watched
wasn't
it
a-
and it was just so much fun. And so again, it's one of those movies that I quote a lot and I just love it. It's part of my
Such
childhood.
a great movie. Yeah.
I just wasn't a fan of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I just, and so for me, like when the second one came
Shocker.
out, I'm like, I'm okay.
Shocker.
Now, I will tell you, we talked about this last Thursday.
Mm.
You weren't Reagan.
Oh, you
So
so you love this movie.
I really like that movie, and I've
heard great things
I've
about it,
told
actually.
several people go see it. yes, it is a pro-Reagan movie, but they talk about a lot of his failures in the movie. They talk about a lot of things that caught him up in kind of some scandals, even in his presidency. And it's told from a very unique perspective, which I really thought added to the movie as well. And I thought Dennis Quaid was great in it.
Okay.
I thought he was absolutely amazing.
Quaid's good. He's a solid actor. Yeah. Did they talk about Nancy at all in the movie?
She is a prime part of the movie.
Okay.
She's an amazing part of the movie. And it just was a great story of his years of trying to fight against the Soviet Union and things he was willing to do. And I thought the actors that played his staff, his cabinet, even Tip O'Neill, right, were just phenomenal. They did a great job casting that movie.
Oh, good.
They really
like
did.
Majority of the movie is casting it correctly, right? I mean, yeah. Have you seen Reagan?
I haven't seen Reagan. I have a long-standing crush with Dennis Quaid.
Wow.
He was the first adult actor's butt I saw in a movie.
Oh my goodness.
Inner Space.
Right as fascist. Oh my gosh.
So it's so funny to me that that's my memory, my first memory of Dennis Quaid is him like standing in the middle of the road and Meg Ryan's taking off in the taxi and takes his towel too. And now he's playing Reagan and he's become this like Christian movie actor.
Oh my gosh.
So funny. He does a lot of like faith-based movies now.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that.
Independent films. And so it's just really funny to me that that's the trajectory of my experience with Dennis Quaid.
I think he's a very
interesting.
He did
actor,
a great job. I didn't think when I went in that he would be able to do Reagan.
Yeah.
Really?
And he did a phenomenal job. He
there you
had
go.
Reagan's mannerisms and characteristics and his speech pattern down. I thought he did a really good job.
He was great in The Parent Trap.
Yes, he was.
That's the wrong Parent Trap.
It's Lindsay.
It is the wrong Parent Trap. Who was in the original Parent Trap?
Haley Mills.
Yes.
I loved Parent Trap.
Oh, I don't know if I ever saw that.
Who were the parents in the original Parent Trap?
It was the redhead Catherine O'Hare?
Maureen O'Sullivan?
Maybe.
Right?
And
Yeah,
I don't
Maureen
remember.
O'Sullivan.
I don't remember the dude's name because I
Maureen
only
O'Hara. Maureen O'Hara. Because she played in a lot of John Wayne movies, right?
Okay. Yeah, she did. And then the dad, I never saw him in anything else, so I don't remember his name.
David Swift. I know that was directed. It stars Haley Mills. You're right. And then Maureen O'Hara and Brian Keith.
Ooh. Brian Keith.
Oh, yeah. Brian Keith had it. He was in a whole bunch of different ways.
Name.
He was in it was a parenting show on TV in the 60s where he was a widow.
Yeah.
And he had a little boy, and I think he had a male butler that was helping him raise the boy. Yeah. It wasn't that kind of show, Davey.
Just saying, it was the 60s, okay? Not a lot of talk about that
coded?
stuff, right? I was a pool boy once.
That's
For
a
Greg
really
Gutfeld,
weird
that's
way
the
to say
rumor.
you're
You
a
were
competitive
Gutfeld's
swimmer.
pool boy.
That God's sakes. Ooh, that's rough.
That's what Greg said.
God bless.
That was not me. I didn't do that
$75, Grandpa. and
Family
25
affair. Thank you, Barbara Jean.
Oh,
Family
with
affair.
only half the family.
Barbara Jean chiming in. Very nice.
Yep.
You know
So
that
we got
one.
a big night tonight. Let's not sweep this under the rug. People are looking for you to comment. Here we go. The big debate is coming on tonight.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing. Muted
Listen.
mics. Yeah.
Well, so does anybody? I think the bar is set so low.
Yeah.
For Kamala Harris.
For both of them, I feel like no one knows what's gonna happen.
Well, Trump is just has to be not an ass. We talked
Yeah.
about this on Thursday's
Right.
show. Just be polite.
Yeah.
Right now, the polls are all swinging in his direction. Kind of the little bump that she had from becoming the nominee, even though she never got a vote in a primary ever. That kind of bump is gone. And so if Trump just doesn't be an ass. Now, the other thing I talked about Thursday, it's not like he hasn't already insulted half of the country more than once.
Right.
So it's kind of like, how do you, I mean, I think
It's
this is
like grouchy grandpa. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think that, what he needs to do is just be nice.
Mhm.
He's not going to be able to interrupt.
Ain't happening.
I'm just saying, he didn't have
He
to
was with Biden though. If he's the same Trump that he was at the Biden debate, where
he pitied the fool in that one,
succinct, and he had like little jibes here or there that I don't even think that he knows what he said, but they weren't.
I would have said that though.
They weren't like super personal or anything. If he's that Trump tonight, it's over. But I heard someone today say that he shouldn't do his nickname thing. He shouldn't refer to her as anything but Madam Vice President, and just keep pointing to she's the incumbent. She could be doing this right now. She's not. So just keep referring to her as Madam Vice President so that everyone knows that she's there right now. She could be doing what she's promising right this minute.
If he does that, it's a brilliant move.
Yeah.
Because what she's trying to do is she's running against herself. She's running against Donald Trump, and she's running against the current administration that she is a part of. So tying her to that every single time and saying, Madam Vice President, you're 100% right. That's a brilliant move. I hope that he does that because if he does, I think that is a huge, huge help. I think she is going to get flustered. The media is going to say that she wins the thing anyway because
he said that yesterday. I saw that. I also heard that she really trained for this. Like she had a staffer dress up as Trump. I don't know what that's going to do. Right? What is that going to do?
They gave her lines. They didn't like quiz her on policy. They gave her lines, set up lights, had actors in place, and just for her to learn her lines. So it'll be interesting if they end up in an unscripted area, how she responds.
I actually really want to see that. I really need to see them unscripted and just like drive policy. I want to see what policy.
So
well, neither is he, to be honest with you. He's just more jabbing.
Hold on, I have a comment on your thing. It doesn't matter because the one thing that is consistent about the Vice President of the United States, she does not prepare. And if she does prepare, she doesn't retain. And that is the one issue that her staff has had with her. It's the one issue that it's why they won't let her out there. There are certain people that can read something as a politician and remember, I need to get 80% of this or 90% into my comments. She does not have that retention.
You guys, there's got to be something about her. There's got to be something positive that she has done because she is obviously in this role.
Montel Williams.
I mean, I get it. I understand that there was the whole thing that they want to go crass on this kind of moment in her career, and that's how she climbed the ladder. But what are her strengths? That's what I want to know as an American. Like, what are her strengths? I do. There's got to be something. She's in leadership for a reason. Come on.
So let me prove a point to you.
Do it.
Okay, by asking you a couple. Name two things that are Trump's strengths right now. If you had to name something, go, I'm not a Trump fan, but I do give him credit for this is something that he is.
I believe that he speaks his mind, and I appreciate the candid, the way he does it. He's unfiltered.
Yep.
That's one. Number two, I like his tie collection. I think that's wonderful. I think, he has a beautiful, I have several Trump ties. They're wonderful, well made, beautiful, the best. I don't say that. Many people say that.
Do you know his policy position? Do you know where he stands?
Ish. You know what I mean? Ish. It's
but
always.
Do you listen to any of his? I don't listen to him a lot because I'm not a Trump acolyte, but I've watched a couple of his stump speeches, and he does talk policy in his Trump speeches. In his stump speeches. Trump speeches.
In his Trump stump speeches?
Yeah.
I mean, he does talk border policy. He does talk the no tax on tips thing. He talks about.
Would she piggyback, right?
Didn't
she? Okay.
So that's what's funny, though, because you were like, I want to hear about her policy. She finally put some policies on her website, but there's like metadata attached to them. And people have realized, looking at the metadata, it's just a copy and paste from Biden's campaign website. So she's trying to distance herself from the current administration, and then she just copy pasted policies from his campaign website onto hers. So how are you running against the administration you're part of, saying I'm different and we're not going back, we're going to move forward? She's not doing anything towards this forward momentum that she claims to want, and she's just copy and pasting from Joe Biden.
So my thing is, as long as she's been in 3 years, can you name anything she's done?
No.
Yes.
All right, and so Well,
I mean, she took down some like sex rings or something, right?
No.
Didn't she?
no.
Okay, I mean, like that's exactly where I am as an American. I don't know.
She touted the temporary stay visas.
But listening to the both of you on this show multiple times, you both cannot stand this human being, and I find
I don't know. No, that's not true.
Please tell me why you feel that way.
It's not that
you literally shoot down every single thing that happens.
I cannot. It's not that I can't stand her. I just want somebody to lead the country that I know what direction they're going to take me in. And I don't think she's not a leader. She will do what she's told to do, just like Biden did, right? He's been control. And I want somebody who's a leader in charge of our country. Obama was not my favorite guy, but Obama was able to lead the Democratic Party.
He was charismatic.
He was charismatic. Bill Clinton, not my guy. But Bill Clinton was a very charismatic guy. He charmed the pants off of men and women, right?
God bless, and got away with the things,
I mean, Newt Gingrich, who was as tough as he could be, was going to break Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton has one beer with him, one get-together, and all of a sudden Newt Gingrich's like, oh, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's a gift as a politician. She doesn't have that.
I have that.
And you do. You do. You absolutely do. You have personality.
I love to see both sides of people, though. I think that's what's so beautiful about it. But I can't seem to find anything positive that anyone has to say about her. I really don't.
Not even her own party.
Right. Well, there's
Not
a lot.
Even her own
because
party.
masked behind what they really leaned into the whole pop culture movement. They really leaned into the younger vote. They really leaned into like TikTok. They did a lot of those things, but that's all fluff to me. Like I felt joy from it. Like they were happy people. That's what it looked like. But was that just
the
a
coconut
facade?
Dance?
Yeah, it was just a facade. It wasn't like a real, where's your policy?
To what Mike said, not even her own party liked her. Bernie Sanders and Gavin Newsom both did podcast interviews the week before, within 2 weeks of the Democratic
when we were thinking Gavin was going to take
Convention,
it. Yeah, I remember.
When she was already named, she was already named and people asked them about her. And Bernie Sanders was like, well, she's the nominee. And they're like, well, are you excited about her? And she's like, she's it.
Do people come after you because you're a woman and you're so against her? Like, do you ever hear that in public? It's interesting to me.
All of my college friends have turned their back on me, but like all of my girl college friends turned their back on me.
Turn their back?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Blocked me, would not speak to me.
Amanda, that's
after
horrible.
saying terrible things to me.
This is just what you believe.
Go back to my comment about Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes.
Right, honestly.
I wasn't overtly political.
I hate that for you. I'm sorry that happened
and
to you.
I wasn't outspoken about my faith in college. And so they assumed that I was, that I agreed with them.
What happens when we assume?
When they found out my politics, they immediately went cold on me and turned their backs on me. So yeah, I do get it a lot. I try to not send people to my social media because if I like this person, I want to be friends with them, then I don't want them to hear my politics right away before they get to know me. Because if it's girls, there's a large chance that they're going to not speak to me anymore.
Has that been hard for you?
Yeah, it's lonely.
Has this election been hard for you?
Trump's entire trajectory in politics has been hard for me. And I haven't even been a huge Trump fan.
Really?
No, I didn't know who I was voting for the night before the 2016 election.
This is exactly how I feel right now.
Not want to vote for Trump,
no idea.
and I knew I couldn't vote for Hillary, and I didn't want to sit out. And so, like,
see, I sold Hillary an expensive necklace, so I kind of felt obligated. Oh, David. Oh.
Before or after Lewinsky?
Right, exactly. It was after. It was definitely
after.
In New
York,
she was solo, and it was a wonderful moment.
Yeah.
She actually was very sweet.
So just kind of a comment on that. People that are voting for Trump know exactly who Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
Right? They know what he stands for.
That is true.
They know that there's things about him they might not like, but they know that he will fight for this country. The people that are voting for Hillary, or not for Hillary, for Kamala. Sorry, we talked about her, but Kamala are voting for her not because of what she's done, not because of who she is, not because of a policy she has, but because they hate Donald Trump.
That's not the way to vote.
Their vote is, we hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump is an existential threat to democracy because if he becomes president, he won't leave. And people are like,
but he already left. He did it once.
He already left.
Yeah.
Right? And so when I see this, it's like, I don't know how much longer, and I think that's part of the problem the Democrats have right now, is they've run on hate of Donald Trump for 10 years. And
exhausting.
eventually you just run out of gas in that tank. You can't keep it going.
Hating Donald Trump doesn't make affording groceries easier.
No.
And so we have a certain amount of known quantities. I mean, as much as we want to say she's not an incumbent, she's an incumbent. She's literally copy and pasted Joe Biden's policies.
Okay.
So we essentially have two incumbents running for re-election. We know that as much as we're not in a recession, the economy sucks right now and everyone's having a hard time.
Everybody
It's
is horrible, you guys.
And it's not looking like it's going to get better, but it wasn't looking like it was going to get better at the end of Obama's term. Trump came in and 2019 was amazing.
So let me ask you this question because it's burning me up inside. So when you have a president and the policies and the economy is running at that time, wasn't it wasn't that the wave of the previous president of why the economy is the way it is?
So I'll give each president always, and Trump didn't. I give Trump credit. He did it less than when Obama came into office. He was 6 years in and still blaming Bush for the stuff that he was dealing with, right? That's kind of just part of the political thing. You're 3 years in. It's yours.
Okay.
You can't blame the other person. So 3 years into Trump's 2019 was pretty amazing economically.
Yeah.
Everybody's wages were rising.
That is true.
Interest rates were down.
Yeah.
There weren't wars around the world. We hadn't started a war around the world. So Trump on all of those checks the box. We're 3 years into the Biden administration. I don't know very many people that can say I'm better off economically than I was 3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I had to completely change my whole paradigm in life. Absolutely. Yeah.
Same with us.
So do you want to go through that for 3 more years?
No, I definitely do not.
Or
no,
8 more
that's
years
a
is
hard
just
no
lucky
for
enough
me.
to win twice, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when I look at this election, it's like, do I want to go through another 4 years of a bunch of intellectuals who've never run businesses running our country and just kind of making shit up as they go along and not ever taking into account there's average ordinary Americans who have to put food on the table, who have to get their clothes for their kids, who have to get to school, get to work. There was actually an ad this weekend where the Vice President Harris says, I am going to lower middle class taxes. Donald Trump will raise them. It was actually an ad they ran during football games. And I looked at that and I thought,
it's opposite day.
Wow. Here's a woman who you could go back and grab quote after quote after quote of her saying that taxes need to be raised on people, never considering that the middle class.
And that Trump's tax cuts were just for the rich.
And Trump's tax cuts unleashed a huge economic boom.
Absolutely.
And he also got rid of regulations, which to me, people on the left love to tell me what I'm not allowed to do. And people on the right are like, hey, you should have freedom to make up your own mind.
But now speaking to her policies and what she's done, can you name what she's done? Yes, she touted Biden killing the funding for the remainder of Trump's wall. She touted that as an amazing move for progress and equality in our country. She touted being the last one in the room, in the Situation Room on the Afghanistan withdrawal, which ended up 13 people dead that didn't need to die, and just billions of dollars of our equipment falling in the wrong hands, among so many terrible, horrible things that happened with that withdrawal. And she also touted giving temporary visas to people where there's a city in Ohio, I think it's Springfield. It's a population of 58,000. And because of her temporary permits for specifically Haitian immigrants, there's now 20,000 Haitians that have been moved into a city of 58,000 people with no support for how to teach them to integrate into society. They just believed them about driver's licenses, so they issued them local driver's licenses. And now car accidents have gone tremendously through the roof. They have people just walking through their parks, grabbing ducks, ripping their heads off and taking them home and eating them. People are reporting that their pets are going missing and they're finding like their fur on their yard because their new neighbors ate it. There's like crazy stories coming out of this town in Ohio. And I can't verify all of them. The car accidents you can verify, but it's insane. And she touted that specifically, that she increased the temporary permits for specifically Haitians from 50,000 to 100,000, and 20,000 of them went to a little city of 58,000 people. That's crazy.
So you're saying Carrie Lake is a good idea, the Green Party, right?
I'm saying
kidding.
Carrie
not
Lake
come
is
up.
not the Green Party. That's Jill Stein.
Oh, okay,
Stein.
there
We'll help
it
you
is.
out
There
there.
it
Carrie
is.
Lake's
Thank
Arizona.
you. Thank you. That's right,
Yeah, look,
Arizona.
there's, to me, it's kind of a tipping point. You either got to kind of put the adults back in charge a little bit, because we've tried. Here's the other thing, and I can't remember who made the point. It was some pundit. He said, "Hey, Democrats have been in the White House 12 of the last 16 years."
Yeah.
And things have not gotten better markedly with them being in charge 12 of the last 16 years. The bright spot was the 4 years that Trump was in office. And we continue to get ourselves caught up in these wars. We're paying for one now, a proxy war against the Russians.
God's sakes,
I don't want the Russians in Ukraine, but I also don't want to go bankrupt.
Right.
Yeah.
Watching the Ukrainians
We
die
are spending
fighting
a
war
lot of
that
money.
that they are not going to win.
Right.
We're
So-
spending a lot of money with zero accountability to where that money is going.
True.
So, I mean,
Just stroking checks.
we've got a lot of dignitaries in the Ukraine having amazing, beautiful photo spreads with very rich luxe fabrics and fashions. And it's crazy. Like, where is that money going? We don't know. We have no way to find out. All we know before all of that kicked off is we were hearing about how corrupt Ukraine was. And now suddenly it's, let's send all of our money there. And it's like, did we get rid of the corruption? Did they die in the bombings? Like, what are,
We are
there's no accountability
we're
for that.
fighting a proxy war on the border with a nuclear powered country, with a nuclear superpower, right? We're fighting that war. If right now Mexico was going through a communist revolution and the Russians were funding it, how would you feel as an American, right? This is right. I'm not saying I support the Russians, but there was an old thing in politics called spheres of influence. The Russians had theirs. We had ours. We had hot wars during the Cold War in places that weren't in those or on the border of those. But it was always, you don't put your proxy on my border. That's why we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's why we took our missiles out of Turkey, which started the Cuban Missile Crisis, because we put nuclear missiles next to the Russian border, right? So I look at it as the next 4 years are going to be very dangerous in the world. I don't look at her as a strong enough leader to be able to get us through that.
Yeah.
When I hear her try to speak extemporaneously, and when I hear her try to give a policy speech, it goes off the rails quick.
What's she going to do then? What is she going to do? I mean, like, is she going to be? I guess her government career will be over when she doesn't win, right?
I had a new theory today that there
it?
are certain people in the Democratic Party that want her to lose this. Gavin Newsom being one of them.
Oh, for sure.
Because if she loses and loses badly, he immediately is elevated to the top guy to run against Trump in 2 years. And that's exactly what he wants. I don't care if he's in the same party or not. He's been gunning for this. And so there are a lot of Democrats that will tell the press, I'm rooting for her, but they are hoping she bombs tonight so that their star rises tomorrow.
I hate them all. I'm sick of them.
I'm with you.
I hate
All
it
right.
all.
We are
Less than
way
60 days.
over.
Thanks, guys. I
We
really
gave
wanted
you
to
guys
ask.
bonus minutes today.
Thank you.
And listen, Davey will be back doing triple duty? No, double duty.
Double duty tomorrow.
Double
But we
tomorrow.
have Pete. We have Captain Pete back in studio tomorrow, so that's great. So yes,
That is. So,
Yes.
oh, man. Troy can take the day off, too.
Oh boy.
This is the Mike Davis Show. We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.